Hey guys, Kim here from Kim on a Whim. Here is a really quick before shots of the family room because we are going to do a family room makeover, and this is what we've got. This is the sofa sectional that we decided to do. We tore up the rug and we moved the TV over to this long wall over here. However, stuff is not going to stay where it is. And I see the before pictures and I'm like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? Because this has really been a slow process for me. And that's only because I'm like, yes, I want to change this. This is what I want to do. But I don't just kind of run out and buy everything all at once and get like everything done in a weekend. And it's only because, one, I'm indecisive. That is a trait about me that I don't particularly care for. Some of my indecisiveness, I think, comes from not wanting to overpay for certain things, especially when I'm doing stuff like this. But yeah, I'll touch maybe a little bit more on that later. But right now, I'm getting started by cleaning the floor underneath where the rug was. Long-term goal is to get these floors refinished. It's a real wood parquet floor that is original to the house. So I kind of want to keep that. Like, I do like to keep a few things original to the house. Our house was built in the 60s, so it's an older home. It's a small home. This room here is our primary room where like we kind of hang out, watch TV, a lot of times eat dinner. I can't tell you like how much we just grab our plates from the kitchen, come in here, put on a show, put on a movie. Right now we are finishing up Fargo. We did just watch Baby Reindeer. I think it was called, yeah, Baby Reindeer. Fargo, we're on the fifth season of Fargo right now. I think we have like 2 more episodes. We just binge watched 2 episodes last night because we're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? But
I guess our dreams fell asleep. There's no passion in the comatose. Baby going down, down, down. Baby going down, 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 down. Tried so hard to stay afloat. We keep moving like the river goes. Baby going down, down, down. Baby going down, 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 down. And I thought it's time I'm letting you go. This time I know it for sure.
now that the floor is all clean and dry underneath, we can work on getting this padding down for under the rug. It's a pretty thin rug. It does say it's a washable rug, but I can't see being able to fit the rug that's going to go on top of this padding into any washer. However, I did know that I needed to get the padding right and everything smoothed out in order to get the rug to just lay down nice and flat. And this was no easy task. Not only was it just a large piece of fabric, but it had rubber on the bottom of it so that the rug doesn't slide around. So you can't really like slide the padding underneath anything. You actually have to pick stuff up and move it in order to get the padding down. We didn't want to have to take the sectional apart, but in the end, it was the only way to get everything to fit smoothly. And the one piece on this sectional is really heavy, this long piece here, because it has like this pull out kind of thing. It's not like a recliner, but it is so heavy and it just wouldn't work with it all being placed together. So we will pull that apart. And then the TV here is not staying. Little spoiler.
Take down your walls and let me. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me. In my bed, 5 to 12, wish I could sleep. Dream about all the ways you could reach me, but now you keep missing out on me, that's for sure.
After having the TV on the long wall for a couple weeks, we realized that the seating of the sectional, it kind of was an awkward spot for anybody who was sitting on the left side of the TV because it was on an angle. And even with it pushed back, we really didn't think it would work very well. So the TV's going back to where it was. And now that that's moved, we can vacuum underneath, and then I'm going to come in with the mop and just mop everything up, get any dust or anything that collected the few weeks that it was over on that side. Now is the best time when we're moving everything out from the walls to just get behind everything, make sure I'm cleaning everything that's, tucked behind. This sectional is not going to be moved that often because this thing is a beast to move. So when I have stuff out of the way, I'll, do a nice deep clean. I am dreading the fact that I'm going to be painting the walls. So the sectional will have to be moved out. And knowing seeing what we're going through now, moving this sectional around, I can only imagine what it's going to be like when we go to start painting stuff. But I'm going to take you guys along for that because I still don't know what color I want to pick yet. I know I want to go in the greens family because that's the color that I'm going with for the chairs. But I'm not sure if I want to do greens or more of like a tan, beigey, taupey kind of color, but I'll take you guys along for that as well. And I'll touch on a little bit where I was saying earlier in the video where I'm like indecisive about certain things. And what happens is I know what I don't like. So I can look at something and I'm like, nope, don't want that and don't want that. But then I narrow stuff down like, okay, I do like this and I like this one. Which one do I pick? And I kind of, it stops me in my tracks as far as which one I want to pick. But I got to push forward because right now my room's still looking a mess. And that's why when I look back at the pictures I showed you in the beginning, I'm like, oh, what did I do? Like I had everything done. Everything was in its place. I liked how everything was looking. And then I went and changed it. Now I will say that stuff, I've had the blue with the grays and like the cooler tones for probably the last 7 years now, and I did want to change it up because I am more of a warm tone person, and like I kind of jumped on this bandwagon of everybody doing the grays and the cool tones, but I just in general I'm a warm toned. I gravitate towards warmer tones. And if I could give you any little piece of advice with working with a small area is work in halves. So you can see here kind of what we did is we pushed everything to one side of the room, worked on the one half, got everything straightened out, the rug down, moved everything back to that half that we just worked on, and then continued with the rest of the room. That made it a lot easier. The easiest part would be just to have everything outside, put the rug down, and then move everything back in. But if that's not something that you can do, which we couldn't, like once we had everything in here, we couldn't take it back outside. So we kind of just had to work around it. So kind of divide your room in half, whether it be like we did widthwise, lengthwise. I found that to be much easier. So now I can start getting things put back together. It was a little easier to move stuff around with all the cushions off of the sofa here, and I'm going to move my pillows and everything back in as well. I feel I'm stuck in reverse somehow, but it ain't So I found these chairs at walmart.com. I don't know about any of you guys, but like online shopping for me is a bit nerve-wracking because I'm not always sure if the color is going to be right. Like these were a little different color-wise online, but they are a really pretty chair. I think it's the blue color of the wall that's throwing me off on anything that I'm bringing in because everything else is a warmer tone and that's a cooler tone. But everybody's testing them out and they said they are a really comfortable chair. So I'm liking that they're a comfortable chair. However, the one chair that we're bringing in next has a rip in it. And the fact that it's a brand new chair has a rip and it's kind of in the front towards the bottom. I know it's there, so my eye goes right to it, but they have to go back. Like, I'm not going to accept a chair that has a rip. I know I called them and I told them, and they were willing to, I think, give me 10% off on the chair, which it's like $25, but I can't risk it ripping even more. Like that's what I have a feeling is going to happen. It's just going to rip even more. I'm going to show you here real quick the rip that you can see. So I'm just going to send them back. They were really cool about taking them back, but I do have other chairs on order that'll be coming in next week, I think. So I'm just going to go through and do a quick vacuum, just to vacuum up any parts that, like any fuzzies, not fuzzies, but like any styrofoam or anything that got on the floor. I just don't want the cats picking them up and eating them.
I feel the pressure on me, how it's itching under my own skin. It's getting real hard to breathe. I gotta move on right now. I feel the pressure. I've been alone for what seems like forever.
The ottoman was a find at Target, and I was pleasantly surprised at how well it matched the sectional. Like, if you didn't know, you would think it was a set that was purchased together. And anything that's going to give me more storage in this house is a definite win.
Then suddenly you are here inside my head everywhere. Where did you come from? I'm wondering, baby, are you made up of for real? Say, can you feel what I feel? 'Cause I can tell if I'm just dreaming. I wish I had a girl like you, and wish you could be real, but you're not really here, and I don't wanna wake up without you, but tonight is gonna have to do. If I'm gonna get with a girl like you, I fade away. Every day you're not with me, baby. Now that you've showed me what love could be like, what can I say?
I found these lamps on Amazon. They came as a 2-pack, and it was more out of necessity than shopping around how I usually like to do. I guess we were having some kind of race or whatever it may have been, but one of the cats knocked over my glass lamp, so I had to wind up replacing them. And I did a crazy thing. I actually read the instructions on how to put these together because I had no clue. I'd never bought a lamp where you actually have to put the shade together, so this was a little new for me, but it had little clips inside that you just clip the shade to around the ring, so that made it really easy. And then it had a Velcro at the seam so that you could Velcro it together. But I was surprised at how easy these were to put together, and I wanted to try and get something that was going to be a little more sturdy, so the glass is kind of covered with these like metal, almost like a cage around the bottom part of the glass, because yeah, we have a rowdy bunch in this house.
If I'm gonna get with a girl like you, girl like you, girl like you, I don't wanna wake up without you, but tonight is gonna have to my head everywhere. Where did you come from? I'm wondering. Baby, are you made up of for real? Say, can you feel what I feel? 'Cause I can tell if I'm just dreaming. I wish I had a girl like you, and I wish you could be real, but you're not really here. And I don't wanna wake up without you. But tonight is gonna have to do if I'm gonna get with a girl like you, girl like you, girl like you. If I'm gonna get with a girl like you, girl like you, girl like you. If I'm gonna get with a girl like you, girl like you, girl like you. I don't wanna wake up without you. But tonight is gonna have to do if I'm gonna get with a girl like you.
And if all else fails, I bought the sticky putty, and I bought it for this reason right here. His name is Pedro. He likes to destroy stuff. No, it was all by accident, but so far I've had this on for about 3 or 4 days, and it's working really well. So I would recommend this if you have any cats that are like jumping, and he's still in his kitten stage, so he's a little rambunctious still, but this stuff is working really well.
When you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
Okay, so here's what we look like so far. We have the sectional. I'm going to change out some pillows. You saw me put the lamps together. These are kind of cool because there's USBs there. So we're able to charge up phones too. So that's working out well. I do have a light that I want to bring here to get this corner kind of lit up a little bit. The wall color, I definitely want to change that within the next few days actually, next week. The chairs, I love the chairs, but it's just going to be a no-go. We need to get a cat tower, but I love the fact that the chairs swivel so that you can be sitting here and somebody would be talking to you, but then when it's movie night, you can swing it to the TV. This spot works the best so far for the television. This is another project. It's going to be, that's going to be a rough one, but yeah, so far, this is what everything looks like. Some tweaks, minor tweaks here and there, and we'll be good to go.